Did you know that most cars never make it past the 200,000 mile mark? The reason isn't by chance, but because of common incorrect maintenance habits that few people pay attention to. In this video, I'll reveal 10 important maintenance tips to help your car run smoothly, avoid costly repairs, and last for many years. Tip 1. Lube up your hinges and rubber seals. That groaning sound when you open the door is a cry for help from your hinges. If you let them dry out, the constant friction will wear them down, cause the door to sag, and eventually make it hard to close. Ignoring this could lead to a repair bill in the hundreds of dollars. The rubber seals around the door are just as critical. When they get old and brittle, they crack, causing rainwater to sneak in and ruin your interior with mold, rust, and bad smells. The solution is easy. A couple of times a year, give the hinges a good spray with white lithium grease using a straw to get it deep into the joint. For the rubber seals, grab a soft cloth and a little silicone spray and wipe down all the seals. It takes just a few minutes and costs a few bucks, but it keeps your car sealed tight against the elements and protects your interior. A little effort goes a long way. Tip 2. Clean up the airbox before swapping the cabin filter. You probably just pull out the old cabin filter and pop in a new one thinking you're all set. But here's the dirty secret. The ducts and vents are full of dust, leaves, and even mold. When you fire up the fan, all that crud gets blasted right into your face. That's why your car might still smell funny even with a fresh filter. The fix is super easy. Before you install the new one, get a shop vac with a blower or a can of compressed air. Point it into the vents and outside air intake and let it rip. You'll be shocked at the amount of gunk that comes flying out. It's only a 5-minute job, but it makes a huge difference. Why pay a shop $80 for this when you can save cash and breathe easier? This is a little habit that pays off big time, especially if you have a family or suffer from allergies. Tip 3. Torque lug nuts properly. Few things are more annoying than being stuck on the side of the road with a flat tire and being unable to loosen the lug nuts. This usually happens because a mechanic used an air gun to crank them on way too tight, well past the manufacturer's spec. This isn't just a pain. It's a major safety risk. Over-tightening can stretch the studs, warp your brake rotors, and even make your brakes less effective. Every car has a specific torque setting, usually between 80 and 100 foot-pounds. To be safe, use a torque wrench and tighten the nuts in a star pattern to ensure even pressure. Avoid air guns, and if you have to use one, always use a torque limiting extension. Even after a trip to the garage, it's a smart idea to double-check the torque yourself. This small step can prevent a serious issue and protect your brakes and wheels from damage. Tip 4. Apply anti-seize to spark plugs. Dealing with a stuck spark plug is a mechanic's worst nightmare. If it breaks off, you could destroy the aluminum threads in the cylinder head, leading to a repair that could cost over $1,000. The problem is that the steel plug and aluminum head can essentially weld themselves together over time due to heat and moisture. To prevent this, just put a light coat of anti-seize compound on the threads before you screw in a new plug. You don't need much. A tiny bit is all it takes to make sure the plug comes out easily tens of thousands of miles later. Look for nickel or copper-based anti-seize at any parts store. While some modern plugs have a coating, it's still a smart precaution for older vehicles or those in harsh conditions. A minute of prevention can save you from a major financial headache. Tip 5. Use dielectric grease on electrical connectors. Electrical gremlins, especially on a wet day, can drive any driver crazy. Flickering lights, sensor errors, and a sputtering engine are often caused by moisture or corrosion in the electrical connections. Water and electricity don't mix, and even a little dampness can cause serious problems. The perfect solution is dielectric grease. Every time you deal with an electrical plug, from your spark plug wires to sensors and even your trailer hitch plug, just apply a thin layer to the terminals or inside the rubber boot. The grease doesn't conduct electricity, so it won't interfere with the current, but it creates a waterproof seal that keeps out moisture and dirt. A small tube of this stuff can save you hours of troubleshooting and hundreds of dollars in repair costs. It's a must-have for any DIYer. Tip 6. Don't forget the PCV valve. The PCV positive crankcase ventilation valve is a tiny part that plays a huge role in your engine's health. It lets blow-by gases escape the crankcase to be recombusted. If it clogs, pressure builds, seals, leak, and your engine gets filled with sludge. Most car owners and even many mechanics ignore it because they want you to come back for a more expensive repair. The PCV valve only costs about $10, and the replacement takes less than 5 minutes. Checking it is easy. Every 30,000 miles, take it out and give it a shake. If it doesn't rattle, it's time for a new one. Some are threaded, but most just pull right out. Keeping this valve clean helps keep your engine clean, prevents leaks, and can save you thousands of dollars in the long run. This is a secret many mechanics will never tell you. Tip 7. Don't power wash your engine. Some people believe a clean car includes a spotless engine bay. The engine is full of sensitive electronics, sensors, and wires that are not designed to be soaked. A high-pressure spray can force water into connections, causing error codes, short circuits, or even leaving your car stranded. I once saw a customer bring in a car that wouldn't start at all just because he pressure washed the engine bay after driving through mud. The truth is, your engine doesn't need to be pristine. It needs to be reliable. If you must clean it, use a damp cloth and a mild degreaser to wipe down parts. Or use low-pressure steam, but be sure to carefully cover the alternator and fuse box. A moment of convenience with a pressure washer could easily turn into a multi-thousand-dollar electrical repair. Tip 8. Use a reusable air filter. Shelling out for a new air filter every year might seem cheap, but it adds up, especially if you drive on dusty roads. A smart investment is a reusable air filter. Brands like K&N and AEM make filters designed to last for the life of your car. All you have to do is take it out, wash it with a special cleaner, let it dry, and put it back in. Not only does it save you cash, but it also improves airflow, helping your engine breathe easier and possibly boosting your gas mileage. One crucial detail after cleaning: don't over-oil it. Too much oil can mess up your mass airflow sensor. Reusable filters save you money in the long run, are better for the environment, and keep your car running strong for years. Tip 9. Don't just top off your brake fluid. It's tempting to pop the hood, see the brake fluid is low, and just add more. But here's the thing. The fluid level drops because your brake pads are worn out, not necessarily because of a leak. As the pads wear down, the caliper pistons extend further, pulling the fluid level down. If you just add more fluid, you're masking a dangerous problem. When the pads are completely gone, you'll lose braking power, a major safety hazard. To make things worse, if you overfill the reservoir and then install new pads, the excess fluid can overflow and eat your car's paint. Also, brake fluid absorbs moisture over time, which turns it dark and cloudy. At that point, it needs to be flushed and replaced, not just topped off. So the next time your fluid level is low, check your brake pads first. Don't just treat the symptom. Fix the cause to stay safe. Tip 10. Open your old oil filter. Most people just toss their old oil filter without a second thought, but they're throwing away a valuable diagnostic tool. The oil filter is like your engine's black box and holds clues about what's happening inside. If you cut it open, you might find tiny metal flakes, a sign of worn bearings or pistons. If it's full of black sludge, you've probably been changing your oil too late or using the wrong oil. A swollen or deformed filter housing can also signal a faulty bypass valve. Just a few minutes of inspection can give you a heads up on your engine's health before it starts knocking or throws a check engine light. This is a tip that most mechanics won't share because it helps you prevent a problem before you need a costly rebuild. The next time you change your oil, try this trick and uncover the secrets inside. These 10 quick tips can make a huge difference in how long your car lasts and how much you spend on repairs. Remember, the difference between a junker and a reliable ride is all in the little things you do every day. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more practical car advice.